in the whole entire world. It is Horror Day.
Yes.
I'm your host, Robert Massetti.
And I'm your co-host, Don Fisher.
And we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Can you believe it? Doing this for 1 year? Oh, my God.
I know.
And we said that we would have, like, special guests on.
We did. And we do.
And we do. And we have a special guest.
That's right.
With us on the show is Kat Waters.
Yeah. Hello.
Call you Kat, right? Kat's okay?
Yes, please call me Kat. Yes, please call me Kat.
Beautiful.
Thank you for having me. Congratulations on your anniversary. That's a tremendous feat. And I'm honored to be, celebrating with you. Thank
you so much for being on.
Yeah. So how you doing, Kat? Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. And tell us just a little bit about yourself. I know you're an actress.
Yes.
You're also a filmmaker too, right?
I am a little bit. I'm also a professional wrestler. I should mention that because most people know me from that world, I guess.
Gotcha.
I know you from that world too.
Yes, and we've known each other for quite some time.
Yes, we have.
As it were. Yes. I'm from Europe.
Okay.
So that's important, right? I grew up in Germany, but I'm English. I'm an actress, professional wrestler. I came to the States back in 2006 with WWE. Then I moved to LA. I've also worked for Impact and a bunch of other companies. And since then, I've been in Los Angeles doing some acting and, as you say, dabbling a little in the film making as well.
So you've left the wrestling world behind, shall we say, or?
I'm sort of teetering on the edge.
Okay. All right.
Shall we say?
So Kat, when are we going to wrestle? I want to wrestle you. Is that possible?
Kat, I want to see.
I know you'd probably kick my ass too, which is fine.
That's right.
I'm fine with that.
Well, both of ours, probably, yeah.
Well, I didn't know that you'd been training, Robert.
Can't you tell? Come on.
I'm curious to see your progress.
There you go.
No, but
Oh man.
Seriously. So you were in this movie called REDCON-1,
Yes.
which played at Freak Show Horror Film Festival. How was that experience? How was that? How was that movie? You were like an army person in that movie.
Yes, I was an army person. We shot it mainly in Scotland and England. The director, Shi Kong-chung, I've known him a great many years. In fact, I was originally going to work with him on a film back in 2006, which is right when I was signed to WWE. So the schedules just didn't align before I moved here. And so we've always kept in touch, since then. And then when this film came up and he said, "Hey, Kat, do you want to be in it?" I said, "Yes, please."
All right.
So, yeah, it was a pretty epic experience. In all honesty, I was out there for about 3 months. There was 8 of us, which were like the main soldiers, and then a ton of zombies. And, a great DP, Lorenzo Lavrini, and just some really epic, sets, and it was awesome fun.
It was an interesting movie because not only did it have, zombies in it, but it wasn't your typical zombie movie because it was like action kung fu zombies where they're flipping in the air and a lot of action. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that was kind of the unique take of it, was to make the zombies, and then some of them also still had, some of their recognition from before, so it was like policeman zombies or stripper zombies or it's just like a whole different
created your own genre. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. What any projects you've been working on lately? Is anything you can talk about?
Well, last year I played the Earth Witch in a horror extravaganza called Sorority of the Damned, which is about a bunch of witches, and I was one of the witches. I was the Earth Witch. I was pretty evil. You won't recognize me. I wore like a entire silicone head mask, which was not always too much fun to be in, but at the same time, in terms of the way it informed the character, it made it fun to play. You know, so that was kind of like the toss-up. So the discomfort... but I think it paid off in the end. And it's kind of like a horror comedy. So actually, when I got the script, you know, you kind of don't know like exactly what you're gonna get. I'm not a horror fan like you guys, you know. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised because it's also very funny, and it was a pretty sort of unique take on the genre, and had some good humor in it, and I had a great crew. The actors were great, and so I'm excited to see it when it comes out.
And that was directed by Joe Davison, right?
Yes.
I know Joe. I've worked with Joe before.
Fantastic. Yeah, he was so fun.
He's a funny guy. He's not as funny as Don, but he's a pretty funny guy.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I have a question. I did a little research too, so I have a question. Kat, are you still doing your horror, your Katrina's Nightmare Theater? You're the horror host.
Actually, no, I haven't done any in several years now.
Okay. What was that like, and how did that start? And
so basically, Walter Olson, who runs Scorpion Releasing, he was releasing some, you know, older horror films, some classic horror films, and he figured in order to make it maybe a little bit more interesting for a newer audience, he would have me as a host. Okay. So then he just emailed me, you know, got my contact off IMDb or something. He just emailed me and said, I have this idea, why don't you do, you know, come and be a host for these films? Would you be interested? And I said, of course.
And how did that go? Did you enjoy? I mean, was it? How was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun time. It was interesting because it was also an education for me, you know, because I wanted to obviously to know what I was talking about. I also watched, you know, all the films, but I wasn't really well versed, shall we say, in the classic horror genre. So I got to watch a whole, you know, whole many
slew of films,
a slew of films, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And and then just all the little, you know, the bits and details. I mean, he did the research and, you know, fed me the information. But it was just really interesting to hear all these little bits and pieces about how it was filmed and what happened to the actors and things like that. So it was definitely a good experience.
That's actually how I felt when we started this thing with Ralph. So
yeah, I kind of like almost bullied him into it, you know. But you know,
I felt like, you know, I'm not a savant. Yeah, but I'm learning, and I've watched a lot of films and films that I hadn't seen, and opened up a whole new world. I think we do that for each other. So I've opened up Rob to some new films and directors.
I thought I saw everything, and then Don's like, "Did you see this movie?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't see it." Wow, great.
Yep. Fantastic.
Now I find it interesting, Kat. You're not that big of a horror fan, but you're in a lot of horror movies. How does that happen?
Well, as you know, in the independent film world, a lot of the films that are being made on sort of a lower budget are horror films because they are, a lot of people do really love them. And so that makes them sellable and everything like that. So that's a lot of the time that's what you get to be in.
What's your preferred genre, though? I mean, if you're not a big horror fan, what kind of movies do you like? You like action movies or romantic comedies? I do like action movies.
I like, I wouldn't say, I mean, I don't not enjoy romantic comedies, but I wouldn't necessarily seek them out. I do like, I like dark films. You know, I do like dark, I like violence, but I like drama as well. You know, I'm very big on, you know, character development and drama and things like that. So which isn't like, necessarily mutually exclusive with a horror film, but then a lot of horror films are more about scaring people, and I don't like to be scared.
Okay.
But you enjoy the makeup aspect. I mean, I know it's a pain in the neck. Going through the whole makeup process of doing that kind of stuff. I mean, is it fun for you when you're wearing makeup and stuff like that, doing a movie?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, to an extent. I don't necessarily like to have blood in my mouth. Blood.
Right. Yeah, right.
But other than that, obviously as an actress, you want to transform. So if you get to wear, zombie makeup, or you get to wear, like the Earth Witch, all of that, just to be able to, just become a completely different looking character or entity, that is exciting.
How long were you in makeup? How long did it take to put the makeup on?
Well, so for the Earth Witch, it was a mask. So we did like a body cast, which full head cast, which I guess took about probably an hour and a half or something on the day, and then they made the mask, and then on the day it was just slipping it on and off. So that didn't take so long.
And that's wrapped, and they're getting ready to put that out pretty soon?
I hope so. I don't know what the release date or details are, but that's finished. So
I'm curious, if I may, with your brief stint with WWE. So you met Vince McMahon and everybody, and how was he, and how was everybody, the staff and the other wrestlers and so forth?
I mean, I had a great time. People always asking me about Vince McMahon. Of course, with me, was very, business-like. I don't think that really, unless you've been there for many years and really, gotten closer to him, that you really know what he's like as a person. So for me, it was just very professional, quite creative. He's definitely hands-on with everything, very passionate about what he does. It was, I had a great time working there. It was fun traveling.
How long were you at the WWE? How long were you there?
I was signed for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And you signed a card for me, too, which I still have, which is... I have it right here.
There you go. Oh, very nice. Okay.
There I am. That's me.
Oh, and how did you two meet? We were talking about that before we started the recording. And
I think it wasn't like an actors type gathering or something like that. I think I'd seen it at one of those, or I don't remember.
Was it in Florida?
It was in Florida. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're right. And then you told me about your festival, and then I went to it.
Yeah. You went. Okay. You went to the festival. I don't remember what year it was, but you were at the festival. And did you get the chance to watch any of the movies while you were there? I think you did, I know you were pretty busy, but I know you hung out with us for the after party, because we went to a restaurant, and that was a lot of fun, and got to meet some of the filmmakers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But when you were here in Orlando, which of course we miss you here in Orlando. Yeah, we were like, we gotta do a project together, and we got to do all this stuff. Yeah. And we never had a chance to do it, but hopefully soon we'll be able to do that. We'll get a project together, and have you in the movie and stuff like that. That'd be great.
Cool. I'm down. Let's do it.
Sounds good. Can I be involved too?
Of course, Don. I don't.
All right. Very cool.
No, it's just going to be just me and Kat. Forget you.
I understand.
I think that's all the time we have. Thank you very much for being on the show and helping us celebrate our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're like, yay!
I should have brought a candle. I feel remiss now.
And
we'll have you on again.
Yeah,
if you're available.
Come back anytime you want. We'd love to have you. And again, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. And
absolutely,
we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks for having me. It was an honor. And until then,
thank you.
All right, thanks, Kat.
On that note, we will take a break, and we'll be back to review the movie Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Be right back.